USA obviously wants to maintain the economic leadership of the world, right? Don't worry, taxpayers, we're not going to use your funds to buy crypto. Crypto reserve of USA would give us a couple of interesting things. We're going to do a Bitcoin reserve among other altcoins. That it's awesome that countries around the world are looking into using crypto as part of their reserves. If you're in crypto and making crimes in US, you would add to the USA crypto reserve, thanks to supporting the economy of the United States. Hi guys, my name is Sergey and you're on my channel. Here we talk about crypto, finance and everything between those two. Today I would like to talk about a national cryptocurrency reserve of USA in particular and other countries. It's very interesting, and as a crypto enthusiast and as part of crypto industry since almost the very beginning, I can tell you that we always dreamt of this moment, and we always thought, oh geez, that'd be awesome if any of the countries, or in the USA in particular, would be talking about actually creating a Bitcoin reserve, which would in turn, in our opinion, would have driven the price of Bitcoin up, and everyone would be in profit and would live happily ever after. Now, it happened, right? I mean, people say, be careful what you wish for, and nonetheless, we all wished for it, and it did actually happen. The rumors about it have started circulating in about 2021. As Trump, in his election promises, he was actually mentioning crypto a lot, and it was understood that a lot of crypto guys actually coming into the White House to talk and to actually action the crypto promises that Trump was saying. He was saying things like, okay, we should look into Bitcoin, like we'll support all the crypto industry, and we would relax the regulation of crypto as far as SEC and the government of USA is concerned. Now, they actually did do that. The famous case, of course, was always SEC versus Ripple, where SEC was accusing Ripple of dealing in unlicensed securities, selling them and actually dealing in them. So that case has been going on for the past at least 5 years. With Trump coming in, he actually made it so the case was dismissed, which is quite awesome. Now, obviously, we don't need to tell you that Trump is very pro-crypto, and that can be seen by his Trump coin and Melania coin. And I mean, it's unfortunate what happened to them, but I can't say it was not expected. Trump has come through, and on the 2nd of March, on Sunday, they actually came out and they said, well, we're gonna do a Bitcoin reserve among other altcoins. And he listed a number of altcoins that were in this, that were gonna make this reserve. That was Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, among others. Now, what's interesting about it is that he made this announcement on Sunday, right? So 2nd of March was in fact Sunday, to which Eric Trump actually tweeted to say that, okay, here we go, global finance. For the first time in history, retail investors are the ones actually gonna take the benefit of this news, because institutional investors are all busy taking a break for Sunday. For those of you that don't know, the traditional markets like New York Stock Exchange, Chicago, and all the other markets in the world are not open on weekends, in particular Sunday. So it was very interesting how Trump actually announced it on Sunday, right? And once again, so Eric blowing some steam up his ass to say that, look at this, he is a genius. Trump was always, once again, talking about making a Bitcoin reserve. It is actually very prudent, and it's prudent for a couple of reasons, right? Because one, USA obviously wants to maintain the economic leadership of the world, right? And obviously crypto is not going anywhere, and it's already universally accepted, where crypto is an asset class of its own, and a very interesting asset class as is. As an asset class, it's obviously very prudent to have a reserve as part of this growing class of assets. Now, as part of it, USA reduced the pressure on the crypto industry as far as the legislation is concerned, right? And as part of it, they're obviously going to legislate crypto. Trump actually put crypto guys on a lot of government positions, which is quite epic and awesome. Why does America or any other country need a crypto reserve? It is very advantageous to be the first. Negatives that come with being first somewhere, right? But in USA case, it's been first in a few places, and it pays them well. And it's obviously great to be the first in something like this. Crypto reserve of USA would give us a couple of interesting things. First things first, right? It would give it the versatility, and it would give it the robustness economy, to give the economy robustness of actually having a new asset in its reserve and give it versatility to operate with not just gold reserve and treasuries reserve, they also would have crypto to go with. That in itself sends a clear signal to the rest of the community and to everyone. And America is here to play in the crypto world, and it gives us hope that the whole industry is obviously going to flourish and develop further. Also, by having the biggest crypto reserve, USA establishes itself as a global leader of crypto and continues to be the global leader of finance at large. And also, it gives US and US corporations and everyone more options to seek investment from the outside world, and which is also great for the economy. Once again, all of this happened on second of March, where Trump announced that it's going to actually create a crypto reserve for USA. Now, market has shot up initially, right? But then when a realization of what has happened came in, and on the 7th of March, they actually had a conference in the White House in regard to that, where they announced that it's not going to be the reserve where the taxpayers' funds would actually be used to buy crypto. It would be the reserve that would be composed of the seized crypto as part of crimes that the US has seized over the years. I mean, it's kind of reasonable to say that, but it's very weird that they've done it like that. Because as a crypto community, we expected the governments to start actually buying bitcoins, right, in crypto, which would positively affect the price. But instead, the government's saying, well, we already have crypto, right, and we're going to use it and call it a reserve as opposed to as part of the proceeds of crime or something. It doesn't really affect the price because, well, the Bitcoin is already held by the government. They're just going to reclassify it as being a government reserve, and they're going to fill it up with just using seized funds. So in other words, if you're in crypto and making crimes in US, you would add to the USA crypto reserve, which is congrats, I guess. Okay, thanks for supporting economy of the United States. And like another critics of this is that apart from Bitcoin, a few other cryptocurrencies were listed. For example, Solana. Now, what it brings to crypto world is unnecessary scrutiny and regulation of these particular cryptocurrencies that are included in its reserve. So we'll see what happens. But once again, a couple of senators actually came out and said that, well, don't worry. Taxpayers, we're not going to use your funds to buy crypto. And obviously, USA is looking very much into crypto and make sure that they don't miss that boat as it sails. Positives and negatives to this crypto strategy, to these national reserves to be held in cryptocurrencies. Obvious positive is basically it brings crypto legitimacy. So what it means is all these years that we've been just crypto enthusiasts, we always had people saying, okay, well, Bitcoin is only used for crimes and buying drugs and weapons and ordering and trying to execute people, etc. All this bullshit that we heard over the years. Currently, with government stepping in and saying that it's actually great and they're going to build a crypto reserve on it, using it, we're going to see obviously that all of a sudden all the crypto guys gain a legitimacy that we didn't have before, and cryptos in particular. That's awesome. Obviously, it's great for diversification, right? So any investor or any wannabe investor knows that you don't hold all your eggs in one basket. So economic diversification is also a great thing that comes with having a reserve in anything other than gold and government treasuries. It obviously sends a clear signal that America is ready to innovate in the space, and a lot of guys in America actually trying to innovate in the space, which is awesome. Now, and since America already has seized a lot of bitcoins, right? It's already is a global leader of holding cryptocurrency, right? And a lot of companies that operate in crypto space are actually based in America. So to tell you the truth, it gives it a geopolitical advantage where US is once again becoming a global player in the crypto world as well. And some of the competitors to US in its strategy is obviously China. Now there are some minuses of holding a Bitcoin reserve as a country. Obviously, high volatility is one of them, right? It's okay for Bitcoin to actually go up and down for 10% or more within a day, which is not really what happens in traditional markets, because if something happens like that in traditional market, the trading just gets stopped. Obviously, security is of concern because you don't want someone like Lazarus Group to basically raid your country's reserve, right? If it's held incorrectly or it's held with insecurely. And obviously, there would need to be new laws written for that. So at the moment, there are currently no laws written about it, and we'll see what happens there. Now, what other countries actually hold or do anything with crypto? One of them, and a very famous one, is El Salvador. Now, El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, actually went ahead in 2021 and said that Bitcoin will actually be used as a currency inside his country, or inside the country that he's the president of. And since then, El Salvador actually became a lot better country to live in, and it wasn't granted to Bitcoin being used as a means of payment. I mean, he obviously had other laws that put a lot of organized crime behind bars, right? They're very, very strict, and they're very like from human rights point of view, they're very strange. Right? But this video is not about that. El Salvador is obviously the country that pushes the whole industry forward to saying that, okay, we're using it as part of our economy. And in fact, we are collecting and mining the reserve and obviously keep filling it in. At latest data, El Salvador actually holds about 6,000 Bitcoins, which is pretty cool. Now, there's another one, Central African Republic started saying that it's going to use Bitcoin as part of its economy and payments within the country, etc. However, as with everything that comes out of that part of the world with Central African Republic, we don't know if it's true or not, but at least they announced it, and we don't know if it's actually going to happen or happening. Now, in another one, which is a very, very much a dark horse and an outsider, is Bhutan. For those of you that don't know what Bhutan is, right, it's a country between India and China that, out of interesting things, it actually uses a happiness index as a measure of its overall success, as opposed to GDP as the rest of the world uses. Bhutan actually came out and said that they amassed a reserve of 11,000 Bitcoins and they keep mining it, and they're actually using it as part of their reserves already, without actually announcing to the rest of the world that they have been doing that, which is quite interesting. Another countries that may step into the race that already have some crypto, that obviously China. China holds about 194,000 Bitcoins, and they got it as a result of arresting people that ran a lot of Ponzi schemes in China. So with Chinese prosperity raising up over the past 20 years, there was a lot of Ponzi schemes that were happening in China during that time. A lot of those were actually operated by crypto and via crypto, so you don't face the problem of the banks blocking the payments, etc. So China has seized 194,000 Bitcoins as a result of those crimes and investigation of those crimes, as a result of stopping the Ponzi schemes that were operating in the country. Now, UK also has 61,000 Bitcoins, which they received as part of different crimes investigation. So that's the part of seized assets as proceeds of crime. So, and I have a feeling that UK is going to do exactly the same as US and say that they're going to have a crypto reserve, but they're not going to use taxpayers' money to do it. They're going to use the crypto that they have seized as part of crimes, which is, I guess, great, but nice and good way to put it. Ukraine also has 12,000 Bitcoins, as well as Finland has 190, which they collect as part of crimes. This is all publicly available data, so we're not sure if it's true or not, but at least we can quote these figures because we found it on public resources. In conclusion, guys, I would like to say that it's awesome that countries around the world are looking into using crypto as part of their reserves. It's absolutely staggering, and it's more than I could have dreamed of over the past 10 years as far as stability and validation of crypto economy and cryptocurrency is concerned. It's absolutely epic. I would like to see in the comments if you guys want your country to start dabbing in crypto and seeing what's going to happen there. Please make a comment, like the video, and give us a subscribe if you already haven't. We're going to continue making these videos, and I'm going to try to make it more interesting with every iteration. No, thanks for being part of this. All the best. We'll see you next video. Thank you.